Okay, we've got our projects finished now, our little axe and our little eagle head. Now it's time to do the painting part of it. So I'm going to paint these a lot like what they show on the picture itself. You can paint them any way that you want to, but I imagine you'll have a color scheme as far as what you want to paint them. But we're going to paint the blade black, and we're going to paint this sort of a wood color and this a little red in here. So anyway, it's not that, it's not the end of the world what you painted, but anyway, okay, I'm going to use a little black right here, and we're going to start doing the painting here. This has been a real fun project, and I'll tell you, I appreciate the Scouts troop writing me, because I'll tell you what, a lot of times I don't always know what people want. Now, a lot of people are going to have to understand that when I choose to do a certain project or something, a lot of times I try to do them a project that will benefit not just one person. I know a lot of people come in and they say, well, would you carve this and carve that? But a lot of times what they ask me to carve or what they suggest that I carve is basically just for their benefit. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I want to try in my pieces to carve something that will benefit a lot of people, not just a few. And these projects will benefit a lot of Scouts, a lot of Boy Scouts, a lot of Cub Scouts, and things like that. So I'm very, very happy and pleased to, I'm going to use a little bit bigger brush here because I'm going to cover some air. I'm very, very happy and very, very pleased that I have a chance to do this specific project, or I'm going to do several of them. But I appreciate that. I really do. And like I said, I wish I could get to everybody's project. Arlene and I were discussing that. It's not an easy thing sometimes to get to the project that everybody wants. But remember, there are different types of carvers, and that's why when I came on and began to, now you don't have to do the back side of it, but I like to, just to give it that look. I try to do projects that are beneficial to many, and by doing a Scout project, I know this will be beneficial to a lot. There's a lot of Boy Scouts and a lot of Cub Scouts and things like that. So, okay, there's our black blade that we have. Okay, all right. So I appreciate the troop asking me to do this. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of take a brown here, just a brown, and really water it good to make the handle. But I try to do, this is just a brown here, okay? And I'm going to water it down so that it will look a lot like wood. It won't be so brown it's pitiful. When it dries, it's going to look more like wood. Okay? And you just gradually, now the painting process, a lot of it's going to be supervised, or that's a fun project. I mean, I know that, carving is kind of the difficult project, and then painting is a lot of fun, because a lot of kids get creative and they do things a certain way. But I'm 57 years old. I'm an old fogey, so I kind of stick to the neutral colors. I'm not a young boy anymore. I haven't been a young boy for a long time. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we just kind of painted that. Now on his project, calls for the bottom part of the piece to be just a red color. That's just the bottom Okay, so I'm going to take my red, and you don't, kids, you don't have to mix it with water. I do, so that I want the wood to show through. Now look at that. Now red's a dominating color, so sometimes it will flow onto the other little piece here, so I just give a little bit more of the brown in here. And we've got it. We're going to set that aside and we're going to let that dry. But we don't have the whole thing now. But I want to let it dry a little bit before I put the silver edges on the, kind of look at your piece a little bit. There's a little part over here that didn't get the black the way I want it to go, and stuff, so okay, there she is. I'm going to let her dry before I actually put the little silver edges on this. And the reason for that is because if you don't let it dry, then it will mix in, the colors will bleed together because I'm using a little water, okay? Alright, now, let's go to the eagle here. Now, according to the actual rules, the eagle is to be painted yellow beak, and this is going to be white, and then we're going to put the